try again. Hello. So I am officially 30 weeks now. It is, I feel like I'm at another milestone in my pregnancy. I have 10 weeks left. I'm in like the 30 mark, which I feel is really stressful now that I'm actually 30 weeks, because it just seems like it's a lot closer now, and it's just a crazy time. I feel like this time of year always goes by super fast anyways. So before I know it, I am going to have another baby. So for those who haven't been following along, this is my 4th pregnancy now with my 4th child, my 4th boy. So the last time I was pregnant was over 5 years ago. My youngest is 5. So I'm definitely starting all over again as far as the baby stage, because my youngest has been out of diapers and pretty independent for a few years now, or at least a good 2 years. So yeah, it's been a little bit weird to think about having to start over again. But anyways, I am here to give you an update. So that's what I'll do. So here's my bump. Lots of growth. I live in oversized t-shirts now because, I don't know, we only have 2 months left, so why buy a bunch of clothes? There's my bump. It's getting big and round. I'm getting some new stretch marks. Yeah. So last time, I guess it was about a month ago now. So a month ago, I was saying that I was feeling really like big and gaining a bunch of weight, and I just felt bleh. And I was having some hip pain, some pelvic girdle pain on top of that. So I wanted to start eating healthy and focus on nutrition. And so I did try to do that, mainly getting my iron in, because I typically end up being anemic regardless of being on the prenatal. So I was trying to make sure I was eating healthier, but also making sure I was eating enough iron-rich foods. And when I went to my last appointment 2 weeks ago now, I confirmed I am anemic. So she doubled up my iron. I'm supposed to take double the amount of the 27 that's in the prenatal. So basically I have another pill that I take for iron. My weight was actually right on track still, which I was kind of surprised. I gained 7 pounds since the appointment before that, which was 7 weeks prior. So when she showed the chart with where my weight was and the bars, I was like right in the middle, tracking on up. So that was exciting to know that I'm gaining weight, but I'm not like gaining a bunch of weight. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So that was really relieving to see. And then the last thing, so it seems like me making sure that I'm still like moving around and eating mindfully instead of just, I'm hungry, let me throw something in my mouth that I know is going to fill me up. I'm making sure, okay, is this giving me nutrients? And like, is it protein? What is it? Is it something that's fueling my body or giving me a nutrient? If not, then I'm not going to waste my time. So doing that and taking my pill to try to get my iron levels up is my focus still. And trying to, up until like the last week and a half, I was in a lot of pain to the point where I just wanted to lay down in bed, because walking up and down the stairs was daunting. I couldn't go for walks because my pelvic pain was just too much. I couldn't, like, moving for the step was too excruciating for me to enjoy a normal walk around the block. There was one day where I called my mom and I was like, Mom, just get my mind off of the pain so I can make it back home. And I was literally going just around my immediate block to circle back around to my house. So it was pretty bad. So what I've been doing is yoga specifically for pelvic girdle pain. And I found this really amazing video or two videos actually, that seem to really help strengthen and like put things back together so that it feels like it's working together. My pelvis isn't like imbalanced or shifted. After I do the yoga, I feel like things are. But what I will say about, I'll put the videos down below. What I will say is the difference between these videos and videos that I was doing previously for SPD yoga for SPD and pelvic girdle pain. I was doing those already when I was having the pain, and I was still in a lot of pain. So when I found these other two videos, they were slightly different and helped a lot. And I think the thing that helps is they do a little bit of back work, like some poses laying on your back. And I feel like that has been the most helpful thing in getting things like flat on the ground and, you know, some weight on it to kind of shift back. I don't know. But those positions, you might feel like, oh, I'm not supposed to be on my back. But trust me, if you're in pain, just try it out as long as you feel okay on your back for a few minutes, because that I feel has helped me tremendously. Like I'm walking around now and I'm like, okay, where's the pain? Where's the pain? I'm not like trying to obviously create pain, but I am noticing that I can do daily tasks this week without feeling that constant like pinching pain whenever I walk. So I feel like that is a huge improvement. And if I can continue feeling this way, then I feel confident going into labor and, you know, being prepared to have the baby. So yes, I will link that below. And I'll probably do another video in a couple of weeks on what I did to kind of help ease my pelvic girdle pain. I want to make sure that I'm not giving any misleading info after I've only been feeling better for like a week and a half. So I'm going to give it a couple more weeks and see if the pain returns or if I'm able to maintain this feeling of pain freeness. What else? Let's see. I had my glucose test, and it came back fine, normal levels. I don't have gestational diabetes, which I haven't had in any of my other pregnancies, so I wasn't expecting to have it this time. And I am still staying super hydrated. I have to drink water like all day long, or my lips get really chapped. Oh, you know what? I started taking an iron pill, and I went to Target and I looked to see what they had, and they had one pill, and it was the Up and Up brand. It was like 45 mg, and it was supposed to be slow release. I took that for 2 nights in a row. The first night I had horrible stomach cramps. The second night I had horrible stomach cramps, and it ended in like diarrhea, and my stomach was messed up for another day. And I quit taking it to let it all get out of my system. I had horrible burps that just smelled awful. And I was thinking, oh, this must have been the pizza that I ate, because I've been staying away from dairy. And so I just thought I overindulged in dairy the previous night. And so I took my iron pill the next night, like not thinking that it was what was causing my horrible stomach pains. But lo and behold, the pains came back again that night. And so I knew it was the iron pill. So I've been going around trying to find iron that works for me and doesn't cause stomach distress like that. So I really enjoy Blood Builder, but I wasn't sure if I could take another dose because it has other things like vitamin C and folic acid and B12. So I just wasn't quite sure if I could double up on those things on top of a prenatal also. So I decided I'm not going to go there just so I don't have to worry about taking way too many vitamins at one time. That's what led me to the other vitamin, which was awful. And so I tried another vitamin that I ordered from Amazon by a company called Needed. It's really difficult to find information about them online, but on Amazon you can find them under, well, they just popped up when I was searching for gentle iron supplements, and they're called Needed. The pill is called like Needed Iron, Needed Prenatal Iron for when it's needed or something. You know, it's like something along the lines. That's what's on the bottle. But they come in half doses, so you have to take 2 at one time for your recommended daily dose during pregnancy. So if you wanted to separate them out, you could do that, but I take just 2 at one time, and they have been gentle on my system. I've been able to take that and my prenatal in the same day, no problem. Maybe like some slight constipation now that I have more iron, but I'm trying to just eat more fruit like apples, pears, bananas, make sure I'm getting, you know, enough fiber in my diet, like natural fiber to help me have regular digestion. But the other things that I've learned from speaking to other women in some pregnancy groups is there's a liquid iron called Floridix, which seemed to be really popular among the natural birth community. So I would try that, but there were a few women that were like, you know, it still really didn't bump up my levels and it was still kind of harsh on my stomach. So other things that they did, they also recommended Blood Builder, and I asked them, okay, well, are you doubling up or what are you doing? And they said, yes, my midwife has me doubled up on Blood Builder, and I'm taking Floridix, and this is on top of my prenatal vitamin. So I'm like, oh, dang, okay, well, I do really like Blood Builder. However, taking that one pill didn't build my blood. So maybe if I doubled it up, but try it out. I like Blood Builder. It was nice and gentle, and it made me feel like I had energy, but I just, again, not enough iron for my body. I'm prone to anemia, so that could be why I just need like a lot of iron. But hopefully the next update I give you will say my iron is great and I feel great, because I do notice my hair has been shedding, and when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to be shedding hair. So I'm losing some hair. I find it like on my shirts all the time. And the only reason I can think of is that it's my anemia and I need to get my iron levels in check. So that is what I am doing. I have not had an ultrasound since 18 weeks, and they have not told me when I will have another one. I have asked if I could potentially ask for an elective induction at 39 weeks, and my doctor told me it's kind of up in the air right now because of COVID. It just depends on if they're allowing elective procedures or not. And obviously that's an elective procedure. So if that's the case, it just depends on where we are. So I'm hoping we still have end of April. I'm hoping that things are, as far as case numbers go in my area, that they're a lot better and that I'll be able to have that choice if I want to do that, because I feel like that's probably something I want to do. Before I was kind of on the fence with if I wanted to try for a natural birth or if I wanted to opt for an epidural. And after this whole pelvic pain stuff went on, I have decided that I'm probably going to opt for an epidural if I have time to get one. Just because I've been having anxiety lately, and I just want to be able to have that peace of mind in the back of my mind, knowing I don't have to go do something new or unexpected. I know what an epidural is like. I know what being induced is like. I've been induced with all 3 of my children. So that's just something that I am familiar with, and honestly, doing something different would freak me out because when you have an induction, it's like a plan, and when you're a planner, you like knowing what's coming instead of the surprises. Then it's a lot more comforting. So that's where I'm at right now. I am feeling better. I'm just trying to get my iron levels up now, and I'm really not trying to exercise because when I was exercising, like doing squats and stuff, I was just overdoing it on my body. So I'm trying to be more mindful as far as, let me just focus on keeping my pelvic area together, and I'll just do gentle yoga specifically for pelvic girdle pain, where I'm not separating my legs too much and spreading out like that. And then walking. I'm trying to walk. I downloaded my step counter so that I can have like a little goal of how many steps I get in a day, and to kind of give me an incentive, or not an incentive, but some accountability as far as, if I've just been laying down in bed all day, but I feel good, why didn't I get up and walk? My phone is going to let me know when I didn't walk. So that is that. I'm feeling okay. 30 weeks. I actually feel like at 30 weeks, my stomach has grown enough to where the baby has more room, or maybe is pushed out from my organs a little more. So I have a little bit of release, if that makes sense. Of course, I have discomfort when he settles down like into my bladder and pushes down, but he's at the point now where he's moving all around. So sometimes I can feel him napping high, and then other times he's just napping really low. And then he's also super active, like bouncing off my uterine walls active. And that's a good thing. So I'm not complaining. I'm going to complain a little bit, but it's a good thing. So I can't complain too much. And I think that's it. Let me look over. Yeah, I'm in my 3rd trimester now. I have 10 weeks to go, and I am playing it by ear as far as how the rest of my pregnancy goes. I'm hoping it's smooth sailing from here now that I don't feel like a cripple anymore, but I am working on strengthening my body and preparing myself for labor with Kegels and pelvic floor exercises, lots of bridges and pelvic tilts, and the muscle toning moves that are in the yoga videos that I'll link below for you. And keep checking back, because I will do a video on pelvic girdle pain in a couple weeks from now to let you know what has been working for me and what I've been doing to help kind of control that. I know a lot of people swear by going to a chiropractor. I just don't have the money for that. So that's why I had to figure out how to fix myself at home. So yes, if you struggle with SPD or pelvic girdle pain, stay tuned. I'll have a video out for you. Other than that, that is my update for my 30 weeks. If you're pregnant right now in 30 weeks, good job. We're almost there. All right, I'll have an update in a couple more weeks after. Oh, okay, one more thing. My appointments have been every 6 weeks up until this last appointment. They finally scheduled me for 4 weeks. So it'll be every 4 weeks up until, I think, 37 weeks. Or no. At some point it jumps to 2 weeks. I don't know when, but right now I'm still at 4 weeks. Maybe after this next appointment, it'll be every 2 weeks. And then after 37 weeks, it is every week that I have to go to the OB for my prenatal appointments. But yes, I will be back at the doctor's a little sooner now and a little more often. And I know that's good, because we obviously start freaking out if we can't tell the doctor every little thing that's happened to us and just see if that's normal. So I'm not complaining. I look forward to that to make sure everything is progressing. So I'm excited to feel like I'm finally at the last stretch of my pregnancy. Even though it's not like the last stretch, because I'm going to be stretching a whole bunch more. But yes. All right, that's it. See you next time. Bye.